I don't know if you've had the chance to look at my previous videos, but those who do are definitely not disappointed with the analysis and the predicting ability I portrayed through Elliott wave analysis. Hello again and welcome to Elliott Waves on Cryptos. It's been a week since the last video that was done for QIC, of course. And this week's vote, again, we are going to analyze the BTC, which is always, of course, analyzed without the need to be voted, and also the 20,000+ community voted for Ethereum this week, and we are going to have a quick look on what's really going on in both. If we look at the short term, there is not much difference in the structure, generally speaking, in pretty much everything, because everything hangs currently on Bitcoin's price action. However, there is some differences that we can see based on the structure in the medium term. So we are going to have a quick look what we can expect. First of all, look at the main scenarios and also the alternative scenarios, the most likely alternative scenarios, talk about a few levels, and also provide some sort of education through Elliott wave analysis. You can leave your comments as always on YouTube. Make sure they are respectful. You can leave your questions or your analysis as well. You can check my about section. You can find my email there in case you want to send me your charts or a business inquiry. And I'm also happy to provide you a few days of trial in my Telegram channel as well, which, by the way, it's not large because I'm very selective who gets in there, but we're building a very nice community there and helping all sort of serious investors. So let's go to the to the charts, and before we start, of course, do know that none of this constitutes investment advice. It's purely educational, and it shouldn't be taken into consideration for decisions in trading, unless if you, of course, you do your own analysis and you find the educational part of this of my videos helpful. Okay, I do of course want to start with BTC, okay, and I will start with the short term, and then we're gonna go a little bit further out, okay. I'm not sure if you remember, but we were talking about the 53 for a while. Unfortunately, it wasn't reached. So if you see the 52.90 as a miss of $100, apologies, because some people might think that that was not an accurate prediction. Either way, since then we've expected a move to the downside, and according to the structure in the medium term, the first leg from 64k down to 29k, we are expecting another 5-wave move down, okay, from here. Okay, so we have done the first wave, okay, and we have also done the second wave. The second wave seems to be an ABC flat because we did the 90% correction over here. The flat is ABC 1 2 3 4 5 pattern, by the way. Although I'll be honest, very challenging structure, guys. Okay, this is the best that really fits what I see here, okay. Maybe others will come up with other sort of scenarios for this structure. Some can be valid, some not. But when I see 90% correction and like 3 and 3, I have no other option but to call it a flat, because we also have a 5-wave move up here. Now, since that finished, and by the way, that ended at the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement exactly, which we called in the Telegram group again. We've had another leg down, okay. Now this leg down does not have the same structure as the previous one, obviously, but it's just the beginning of a wave 3, okay? Why the beginning of wave 3, one might ask? Well, let me tell you why. If we pull a support over here, yeah, we see that currently this wave is penetrating wave 2, okay? So wave 2, or the wave one territory, I might actually add better, which means that that cannot be a wave 3, okay? It means that it's part of wave 3. What else we need to check, and we usually do check, it's how much this wave is extended, okay? So we'll go from 1 all the way up to 2, and you see that we come to like 100 Fibonacci, okay, which brings some thought of an alternative scenario over here, and we'll talk about it soon. But for now, just know that having done wave 1 here, it doesn't mean that we're going to reverse. What we use this for is to see where perhaps our wave 3 can go, okay? Because wave 3 usually extends 161 of wave 1 and 2 through 2, at least. I want to repeat. But if you see how low we go with these guys, the 2618 brings us to 2869. Now wave 3, if it's an extended wave, it can get to 2618, okay? And that means that leaves a bit of space for wave 5 up to like the 300 or so, okay, which is around 26 or so. But obviously we are going to know a bit more when we have more data. It's too early to talk about targets to the downside, okay, based on the data we see, but we do know that currently we are favoring a main scenario which is more downside within a multi-structural move to the downside in wave 3. Now, since we've also counted a 5-wave multi-structure over here in wave 1, okay, and we have a correction here and some sort of corrective leg down here with an extension below the previous low, that again is an expanded flat, and it's expanded because we crossed above wave A. Let me just show you why this fits the rules. First of all, wave B is a correction, okay? And it doesn't really, it extends a bit below wave A, which is the only wave that can do it, by the way, the beginning of wave A. And then we get a 5-wave move. So we've got 1 and 2, looks like to me, because internally in 3, again, we'll have a 5-wave structure. And that looks like a 4 to me, guys. Although we re-entered the territory of wave 1, I will repeat, it doesn't mean that we are going to stay here, okay? Obviously, the sooner we get below that level, the better for this sort of main scenario. They will increase the probabilities of happening. But what we can look now, okay, since it looks like we have not finished the 5-wave structure yet, because the expanded flat is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We can get some sort of targets here, okay, that are guidelines in terms of where this wave C can extend to, okay? So one of the levels is the 45, and one of the other levels is the 45.87 or whatever. This is a better guideline, but since we finished wave 3, okay guys, and since we've also crossed above 105, hold on, so I need to add here the minus 0.05 just for the record. You see we crossed above that, which means it's not a running flat. 45, literally anywhere above the previous swing high over here, the 44.376, our wave 5 could finish. I personally think, and this is purely of course an assumption, that we're going to get a 5-wave ending diagonal here, as we have gotten for every single turn. Ending diagonals are indications that markets are turning, okay? So this is what I'm looking currently. It might be also prudent to say that that might be considered as one 5-wave move down, and this is a correction. While we're looking at this as an ABC, this can be seen as a diagonal, okay? But I do not like its shape That's why I think this is a correction rather than a diagonal. It doesn't look too much of a diagonal. So that's why you've got your B there. Now, what else we've got to do, guys? Go down and measure, use our Fibo retracement to get some sort of idea of other levels, okay? And I want you to notice this. I want you to notice that there is high confluence around the 35K, okay? And that is between the Fibonacci expansion of the expanding flat and the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement of the downside 5-wave leg, okay, including wave B. We could also measure it without including B, since it is supposed to be you know, an irregular flat, and that you can see that we have just stopped at 44,335, and we might go higher up to 45,358. So in case we get to 45, it's very easy to get to 45,358 as well. And these price divergences, guys, they don't really make much difference anyway, especially right now. It's not time to consider $200 and $300 much of sort of inaccurate projection or whatever. Now, what else we can do, since we have wave 1 and wave 2, yeah, and 3 and 4, we assume actually we have wave 4 down here if it's finished. Maybe it's not finished yet. Look at this. The 38.2 Fibonacci expansion brings us to 45.30. So you can understand that this is a very strong zone in general, okay? 44 to 46.5, this 2.5 K zone is quite the zone, okay? If we start breaking levels and these resistances, then we might be looking for a potential change in this scenario in the medium term, okay? And that will mean, and as I said before, medium term we will look, that might be an A, B, and a C. This would mean that the upside leg has not finished, okay? Because as you remember, I'm looking at a W, X, and Y here, okay? That would mean probably that this is, you know, 1, 2, 3, like ABC. We're gonna get ABC, and then we're gonna get ABC. Okay, so that will be a bit of a different case here, and what we'll have to do once it happens, of course, but we still have a lot of space to do that, so there's no point of going into it. What would be the case is that we're going to have to move higher, deeper in the territory of wave A in the intermediate degree. And now I'm going to go a little bit further out to show you. This is the A intermediate degree, okay? So if we look at the longer term structure, when I say higher, I mean the 78.6, which is 54, 55K, okay? But that, guys, is just an alternative, right? Just to make sure that everybody understands that this is an alternative for the medium term. Why? We can get there. We can get there because obviously, as I said, you know, we'll never know how markets are going to move. We're here to project, and so far we're doing a great job. But in case we break these levels that we talked about, the chances are going to increase. And the more we move higher, the more the chances to get to 55 are going to increase as well. Now, when we have ABC, okay, the maximum, according to the guidelines, we can go is up to 79%. Okay, so we could go there literally based on ABC guidelines. But as I said before, I'm more of a friend and favoring of this leg to the downside, and we're going to get an ABC because this is a 5 and an ABC because this is 5-wave move to the downside. So we've got to get another 5-wave move to the downside. This is a simple zigzag, and a simple zigzag is 5, 3, 5. Okay, guys, this is what we're looking. Now, in the medium to long term, I'm expecting wave 4. Okay, and wave 4, I'm expecting to get, well, we don't know where yet, but let's just talk about mid-25s for now, okay? And I'm going to have a better projection for you. Okay, and I'll tell you what actually now. If the B is in, we're looking at the 100, which is 2360, okay? This is the guideline of equality between A and C, okay, 2360, but we might go lower. We're going to see how my wave 1 extends and how my wave 3 extends according to 4 as well. And then every time that we get lower and closer to the price, we're going to have a better estimate. This is how it works. Now, yes, in wave 4, a lot of people come and ask me, oh, you know, dude, we finished this correction here. We finished this. This is the end of the bull run. It's 100, I will tell, okay, benefit of the doubt, 99% it's not done, okay? 99%. Look at this. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So something is done when you have 5 waves up, okay? And just for those who don't know cycles, a cycle doesn't end in one direction. A cycle ends when we get the correction. This is the end of the cycle, okay? That is the bull run of the cycle. That is the bear run of the cycle. Just so we're clear, okay? People don't understand what a cycle is. So it could be the bullish cycle, let's say. So this is what I'm looking for Bitcoin, guys, okay? Now Ethereum, let's go back on the 1 hour and go on Ethereum. And I want to show you that this pattern is fairly similar over here, right? Especially in the short term. Right, look at this. It's pretty much the same thing. Okay, obviously we need to add our targets here as well. What we're looking at here again is ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a flat 1 and part of 3. Okay, we're just done the first of the third. And what we're currently looking is that maybe some of you look at this and you're like, oh, how is this an irregular flat? Well, guys, I can tell you that I guarantee you, yeah, that in the books, and I will want to call it, goes against the classic Elliott wave theory, but modern wave theory and the books say that 138.2 is a guideline, not a rule. So it can actually extend to 1618 or even, you know, higher. And that is going to be given based on the ABC structure. If you see 3 waves, it's a B. It's how it works. Okay, but I have, as you see, labeled this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and not a flat. Why? Because this looks like a 5 to me, and not like a 1, 2, 3. Very similar, however, structure. Also, if we look at the internal structure, we have 5 waves done. On BTC, we have a spare one, which means it's our B. Okay, now either way, even if we assume this is a B and this is a C, we're looking for either ABC, okay, so one more leg up, or a 5-wave move, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In both cases, it works, okay? And we're looking for, in case Bitcoin moves higher, Ethereum will follow, 32, 28 next. And I'm going to show you the medium term as well, don't worry, but let me just show you first what's going on with the FIBO retracement over here. Okay, look at this. We're exactly at the 50 FIBO currently. And again, we get this nice cluster between the 38.2 and the 61.8 FIBO, which is a 3250. Okay, 3250, which is a very strong support. This zone, again, from like maybe even the 3K and all the way up to 3300s, yeah, I would say 3350 is very strong. And obviously we don't want to cross that level in case we move higher for the main scenario to be validated. Okay, now the main scenario here, guys, it's different. Okay, it's different to in the medium term. Okay, if we compare to Bitcoin. Why? Because Ethereum was much more bullish, okay, in this upside leg from below the 2K. And it came up to 90% of this leg to the downside. Okay, so to me, since this is an ABC, a 3-wave move, and this is a 3-wave move, this is a flat, guys. And this, for now, it's a regular flat. Okay, so regular flats usually stop at 90 and stop at 10, which is to do the other 90. So In case we continue lower here with a multi-structure to the downside, we can look for 1875 and then correct all the way up. What this means is that even if Bitcoin gets that deep correction below 30, 29, like close to 25, even lower, who knows, Ethereum might still don't register a fresh low, 1874. But we can even go to 21.29. But if we take into account how this structure looks for now, I think we're going to slowly go below the 88.74, even lower, okay? Depends on how deep Bitcoin is going to go. Also, what else we can do, yeah, go to 0.05, okay? The 1628 is also another level, okay? For wave 4, again, I'm still waiting for wave 4 on this one as well. Now, what else we can do over here, guys? Let me just go a little bit closer. Hold on. Let me delete that just to clear the charts a little bit, okay? Let me tell you this. 1 and 2, yeah? And we're looking for the 100 is done again. 2250 next. Then the 2K, 1654, it's very close to the level of 105 Fibonacci expansion that we just looked, right? It's very close. Now, if, and I'm gonna tell you about an alternative very close to the main. If Ethereum does better than Bitcoin, there is very good chances, guys, because we are on a flat pattern, and a flat pattern can be also, the wave C can be an ending diagonal. So if we're going to roll down slower than BTC, that might end up being an ending diagonal. By the way, and let me mention that the same can happen for BTC, because wave C of an ABC can be an ending diagonal, okay? Now let me just take you a bit further out and go on the daily. I'm not sure if I even have it. Yeah, okay. So you can see over here that, you know, we've had 1 and 2. I'm expecting 3 and 4. But you can also see that Ethereum is relatively bullish compared to Bitcoin, okay? I mean, we haven't, if we pull this Fibo, if we put this channel into consideration, into context, we can go up to the 23.6 and then shoot all the way up, okay? So it really could at some point validate that there is very good support here at this point, okay? But even if we break it, a false break can be easily expected, as we have seen, of course, in the past, okay? Actually, we haven't seen it, but yeah, look at this, for example. You see, this is some sort of break, but that is where it begins, so maybe I should include it. What else should I mention here, guys? That a double 4 is usually very possible as well. So a double 4 would be over here at this level, which is the 1300. So if you ask me where we can go to 1300, okay? And we can even go lower. We can go to 955. Yeah, I said it. I'm not saying we will, but I'm saying that we could. We can literally go all the way down to, like, what is that? The 500 and still be bullish. This is how 5-wave impulses work. Anyway, we are ready to see, especially now since we're in September, whether both main scenarios are going to work out fairly soon, or we're going to receive more signs at least, okay? Expiries tomorrow on derivatives and options and perpetuals and whatever else you want to call it. So the reason we got to what we got today with low volumes, I repeat, it's, you know, it's because of that, okay? So be prepared for volatility, be prepared for everything, and should you go long or short, make sure you keep risk management in place. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget, you can receive more information, not just on analysis, trading ideas, whale activity, expirations of options and derivatives, and other critical content in my Telegram group. Feel free to contact me and we can take it from there. Take care, and we'll speak again soon.